guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm a little short on time today, so we're going to tackle some tasks together. Today's video is about 6 books to read in the new year to ignite your feminine rebel. So who is this book list for? Anybody. Of course, the books and this video are geared towards women, but even if you're a male looking to harbor and manifest more of those like feminine features, this video is for you as well, so don't go away. So what is the big deal about igniting your feminine rebel? I have the leader herself from the Feminine Rebellion, Nat, on the other line. She's going to tell us a little bit more about why this personal journey is so important.
Hey Annette. So why is it so important for women to be doing this work right now? We deserve to be happy. We deserve to live rich, juicy, delicious lives. That's why it's important to be doing this work right now. It's important to do this work on an individual level, but it's even more important what happens after we do this work. A woman who is living a life where she feels whole and beautiful and like there is nothing fucking wrong with her, that she can show up and use her voice and share her gifts and live exactly how she wants to live. It is from this place that we push love and justice into the world. So your mission to become a feminine rebel starts with you, the individual, but the big picture is that it's for the fucking world. It is from this place where we are deeply rooted in the feminine, where we are deeply rooted in our desires and our pleasure and loving our bodies and using our voices and standing up for what we believe in. It is from this place that we have the power to change the world. And it is my belief that this mad fucking world is screaming for feminine leadership right now. Women who are willing to say we want to do things differently. It is from this place where we fight oppression. It is from this place where we heal the planet. Whatever your mission is, you begin to unearth it as you do this work. You dive into your values. You discover what is important to you. And when you do this work, you find your voice and you go out and you create change in the world. That is why we need to be doing this work. And yes, it can feel hard and messy and dark because you are shining the light on the places in your life where you've been led down the wrong path. But it is in those places of darkness, it is in those places where you discover where you've been led down the wrong path, you use those stories as compost for your own growth. You choose at that moment to do things differently for yourself and to make sure you can help others do things differently. Enough's fucking enough. Let's slow the fuck down, figure out what we want, and go out and make it happen for ourselves and grab a fucking sister along the way. The Feminine Rebellion is fucking here. Okay, bye.
Okay, we'll get started with book number 1, The Women Who Run with the Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. This book comes to us from author Clarissa Pinkola Estes, poet, psychoanalyst, and activist. Within every woman there lives a powerful force, filled with good instincts, passionate creativity, and ageless knowing. Through the stories and commentaries in this book, we examine, love, and understand the wild woman. Fertile and life-giving, it is a psychology of women in the truest sense, a knowing of the soul. One really big takeaway that I got from this book is that who I choose to be my partner also chooses me, and that together we grow. We teach and challenge each other. Stories and myths are written and oral history passed down through time from all over the world. Common themes make them relatable and timeless. Clarissa is a preserver of these traditions, a living history of everything that came before her. You'll Finish this book feeling like you've lived 100 lifetimes, showered in the wisdom of empowered women. The second book on this list is The Transformation, Discovering Wholeness and Healing After Trauma by Dr. James Gordon. The Transformation will help you discover the ways that trauma is holding you back. The transformation is built on two main principles. One, that trauma will come for all of us sooner or later, and two, that we each have the capacity to heal ourselves. The beginning of the book dissects what trauma is, where it comes from, and who has it. For example, who has trauma? Rape victims, children that grew up in bad homes, victims of natural disaster, and people that have survived demoralizing relationships. What causes trauma? Overwhelming sickness like cancer, caring for somebody with overwhelming sickness that is elderly, aging, racism, poverty, any of these things. Once you have an idea of what kind of traumas you are living with and dealing with, the book goes into depth about how you can go about healing yourself. Dr. Gordon believes in a drug-free approach, implementing things like yoga practice, biofeedback, soft belly breathing, expressive meditations, and even changing things like your diet. I know that The Transformation changed my life the first time I read through it. Using the self-healing methods, I was able to take steps forward, further distancing myself from my own traumas. Now that we've properly broken you down, you're ready for book number 3, Wild, From Lost to Found on the Pacific Crest Trail by Cheryl Strayed. If you don't already know, the Pacific Crest Trail, or PCT, is a long-term hike that goes from Mexico to Canada. This book follows the life story of Cheryl Strayed, who, at the beginning of going through a divorce, on and on drug abuse, among other things that put her at the lowest point of her life. Cheryl was a hiking rookie and really underqualified to be hiking over 2,600 miles. The PCT acted like a trial by fire. She was challenged, alone, and afraid, but her perseverance paid off. And what did she learn? She found that she could find happiness in the life that she led, the actions she took, and the person that she was. The overall takeaway from this book is that the journey is where the magic is. All of those mistakes or things that haunt you from your past, they make up who you are. They're the reason you are the woman that you are today. You know that inner voice that says you're not good enough, pretty enough, or smart enough? Book number 4, Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis, will set your inner voice straight. Rachel is a popular online personality of thechicSite.com, a mother and a wife. As a woman that does it all, her inner voice was constantly putting her down, telling her that she couldn't, and worse, that she wouldn't. I'll tell you that I got this book on audiobook and I'm so glad I did. It's read by Rachel herself and she's hilarious. There's so many personal stories. One of my favorite overshares that she tells is that she shaves her toes. I mean, we all do, right? Rachel proves chapter by chapter that you are not alone. All those negative thoughts swirling around in that beautiful head of yours are ridiculous, so cut the shit. Okay, so at this point you put your big girl pants on and you're ready to take on new projects and ambitions. So what do? You start something you want to be successful at. Before any of your inner voices get the chance to stop you, pick up a copy of Dark Horse, Achieving Success Through the Pursuit of Fulfillment. This book asks one simple question: what is the best way for you to achieve success? By recognizing that you are an individual, you can break away from the cookie-cutter ladder to success and create your own path. Push aside fears about how old you are, how young you are, that the success you want to attain requires great sacrifices, or that you aren't enough to attain the success that you want. Forget about formal training, going back to college, or spending money that you don't have. A dark horse is somebody that creates their own path, breaks away from the herd. To grow true lasting success, you have to break down some boundaries. It might sound scary, but you got this, girl. Let's get this mess cleaned up. Book number 6 might come as a surprise to you, but I think it's incredibly important. Let's talk about sex. Where do I even begin? Book number 6 is Get on Top of Your Pleasure, Sexuality, and Wellness, A Vagina Revolution. We're not talking enough about sex. According to information in this book, women experience only 1 orgasm for every 3 to their male counterparts. Did you know that? This book is an actionable guide, full of information presented in a pro-pleasure and sex-positive way. Things like the fact that tampon manufacturers do not have to disclose what they put inside their tampons, how unregulated the sex toy industry is, and that only 13 of the United States require that sexual education be medically accurate. This book is particularly awesome if you're anywhere between 18 to 30, somewhere in those formative college years of your sex life, crucial to every woman's sexual development. I'll leave you with one last question to think about. If you can't pleasure yourself, how can you expect anybody else to do it? If you've made it this far, then you deserve this final epic book. Book number 7, the bonus book, is Quit Like a Woman, the radical choice not to drink in a culture obsessed with alcohol. It's going to help you level up. Women, we drink at weddings, funerals, baby showers, basically any social event. Author Holly Whitaker was just like you and me. She woke up after another night of binge drinking and wanted to change her life. This book walks us through why we use and abuse alcohol, the downsides to a male-forward sobriety system, as well as Holly's personal journey to recovery. This book is very personal to me as it has completely changed my relationship with alcohol. I know that you'll find as much connection if you've ever struggled with binge drinking. Definitely check out this bonus book, Quit Like a Woman, even if you've never struggled with alcohol. It talks about all of the negative side effects with drinking culture, and I think you'll be surprised at how negative it can be for your lifestyle and your mental health. Okay, gals, that's everything for 6 books to read in the new year. Ignite Your Feminine Rebel. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these titles and what your thoughts were. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.